Oh, no. Oh, someone gave me a thumbs down. Ouch. That sucks. Okay, what do we got? $4, 3.4 miles. Nope. Nope. I don't feel like taking that. It's too low. Let's put Uber Eats on. Or, not Uber Eats, Grubhub. Maybe we'll pick up a block. Any contribution pay? Nope. Probably just the once. I'll do. Okay, so we got 9 to 11. That's what I'll do. Double check roadie. No roadies. No Tay. Wow, it's humid out. Yeah, it's all good. We got this. Alrighty, let's rock and roll, kids. Let's hit the road, do our usual thing. Hey, what's up, Jack? How you doing? Good to see you. We're just heading out for the day. We're going to see how much we make this Saturday morning. I hope it's a little better than yesterday, as far as the morning hours anyway. It was actually gray when I hit dash now. So, not a great sign, but we got Uber Eats and Grubhub on too, so we have options. Voice and not the voice. Yeah, that's true. How's it going with you, Jack? Hope so too for you. You getting ready to go? We're just going to head towards our main area. I figure it's morning, so that's probably the ideal goal. Hey, what's up, Jalabima? Good to see you. Appreciate you popping in. We're just heading over to our meeting zone. See what we get this morning. Hopefully it's not too slow. Yesterday daytime hours was kind of disappointing. So we're hoping Saturday's going to be fun. I mean, DoorDash was great, so why not might not be much different. But, you know, we just started. We'll see what happens. Let's see. What up, Jalabima? Says Jack. Good double check roadie again. See if there's any roadies. Yeah, nothing. Gotta wait for us. I'll catch up with you guys in a second. This is right in the front of Yeah, I'll find a spot for us to camp out. It looks like someone's driver's side window got all busted. It's like half the window was gone. Someone tried to break into it. That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good at all. Then again, it's Titusville. It wouldn't surprise me. Alright, guess we'll camp out here for a little bit. Alright, who do we got? We got Mina Lolita 4349 says, hello, Mike. What's going on, Mina? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day so far. How's it going, Terry? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. And Pokes, what's up, Pokes? Pokes says, Mike dashes for $200 challenge. Yeah, that'll happen again. I figure we already had a $200+ day on Valentine's. So the fact that we pulled that off so early in the year means we'll definitely pull it off again. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. What up, Pokes? Going for a casual ride, says Jack. Mina says hi to Terry. What's going on, Vince? Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate you popping in. Terry says, hey, Pokes, how are you? Vince says, I liked. Pokes says, I liked as well. So yeah, make sure you guys hit that lick button, the one that's shaped like a thumb. Appreciate you guys being here with me. Mina says, hi, Jack. Pokes says, Terry Hot Rod Lincoln. Terry says, good seeing you again, Pokes. Pokes is waving. Pokes is saying, I'm kicking my friends. How's it going, Corey? Appreciate you popping in. Hope you're having a good day today. Pokes has a foot when he says, I'm kicking my friends. Terry says, hi, Mina. Jack says, hey, Mina. Hey, Frank. Good to see you. You out there making some money this morning? Appreciate you popping in. We got Swimming with Sharks 808. How you doing? Good to see you. You were on Dean's new sub from the 808 state. Should be sleeping. Well, I appreciate you popping in. Dean is heckin' dope, and you are heckin' dope for coming here as well. Let me add a Q&A question. Let me see. I'm going to think of a Q&A question right now. So I asked you guys yesterday what your favorite action movie was. Maybe... Ooh, I have an idea. How about... What's your favorite movie genre? So yeah, might as well keep the theme going, right? There you go. If I can go over there. You. Right there. Right there. All right, good enough. So there you go. We got a Q&A question up here. What is your favorite movie genre? So not movies specifically, but your favorite genre of movies. Feel free to comment on that in the comment section down below. Mine is horror. I love horror movies, dude. There's just something about it. It has just such a distinct appeal compared to other genres. And if you're looking for like just that visceral experience, whether it's psychological or brutal violence and gore or something in between, maybe something more mysterious, I feel like there's a little bit of everything in that genre for me. In fact, a lot of my all-time favorite movies are horror, so. Let's see, Frank says, Linda's getting her hair cut. You did one shipped order on time. Hey, there you go. Get that on time rate up, right? While also making some money and getting important things done. Let's see. He was saying that bagging groceries is not part of the job. Yeah, I mean, it definitely takes some time to do it for sure. But hey, if you're going to do a shopping order, part of the shopping experience is bagging up the orders, right? But I don't know. I digress. Let's see. Sharks808 says, okay, it's almost 5 a.m. You hit the like button. Appreciate that. Poke says, I liked. Terry says, comedy. Oh, cool. Comedy movies. I don't know. I was never the biggest fan of them. You know what it is? It's like, I just found a lot of comedy films to not be as funny as they want to be. Even though I can appreciate the effort, especially with some of the actors. You know, the actors, they can try really, really hard to sell a bad joke, and you might give them a pass just because of how charismatic they are. But that ultimately comes down to writing, you know? Like, not just the delivery of the joke, but how well is the joke or the punchline or the comedic scene written. I think Airplane is a perfect example of how to do just goofy slapstick and dry humor in the best way possible. That film is absolutely hysterical. I love it. I think what makes that film work so well is just how serious everyone's taking the role. Contrasting with just the oodles and oodles of humor happening all over the place. It works so well, dude. I love it. The Monty Python movies, also great examples of that too. I actually think The Princess Bride was a funny movie too, even though that was more of like a feel-good fantasy film. I thought that film was pretty freaking funny too. I also think comedy is very splashable and can be like a nice piece of zest for other genres. As its own thing, though, it's probably the most hit or miss genre that I've watched. But that's just me. Like, when it hits really well. When it doesn't, well, that's just me. I digress. Let's see. Sharks808 says, I subbed to Sunny. Noise. Very nice. Sunny is heckin' dope. Pokes agrees. Poke says, Mike's all right. Terry says, it's cold here in Illinois. Yeah, I believe it. I wonder if I use too many bags, says Frank. It just depends. I know whenever I'm bagging up orders, I try to bag everything in a way that makes sense if I'm not using paper bags. So if I'm using plastic bags, well, even if I'm using plastic bags, same thing. I try to bag things in a way that makes sense. Makes it easier for the customer to unpack when they get their groceries from their front door after it's dropped off. Like, you figure I'll put temperature sensitive items like the frozen stuff together. I'll keep the dairy stuff together. I'll keep the meat separate. Canned goods can be in their own bag. Not putting the eggs on the bottom. Don't do that. That's very bad. Bad juju. But it's more of a craftsmanship rather than it's difficult to do. Like, bagging grocery orders in a sufficient manner is easy to do, at least for me. Think you're overthinking the bags? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Towards whoever saying about the bags, I guess. Bagging groceries is an art, kind of like a dance. There you go. Let's see. 808 says, yes, I think about that also. Some customers say 2 bags. I say I just don't anything to break and get a bad rating. Oh, yeah. In fact, as far as my individual circumstance, I'll either put eggs in the front basket because of the suspension and the fact that it cases the eggs in very snug, or I'll put it in my backpack. If I use my bag in the back, it would bounce around too much, and I've actually had an incident like that once. It bounced around too much, the eggs broke, and I let the customer know because I'm a good sport about that, right? If I make a mistake, I own up to it. And ever since then, I took some other measures to make sure eggs don't break. And I've never had broken eggs since. Because that's how you do. You learn from your mistakes, right? They got rid of plastic bags here, either paper or reusable. Oh, yeah, I would still do the same thing. Same principle applies. I actually like the paper bags. They're fun to pack. Plus, you can fit a lot of stuff in them, You can fit a lot of stuff. And depending on how you pack it, you can sort of, line them up in a Jenga kind of way. Like the opposite of Jenga, where instead of picking the pieces out, you put them together. I think that's fun, too. Do I eat eggs? No. Corey says, I use those for meat as well. Oh, yeah, the paper? Yeah, if I go to a store and they have the paper bags, I use the paper bags, but I'll put the meat in a plastic bag first, and then I'll put it in the paper bag. Or I might just keep them separate. Depends. That's just me. And you mentioned that you don't have plastic bags by you. Oh, you got produce bags? Okay, right on. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Using the produce bags to put meat in. You can do that too. Oh, that's what you meant. I got you. Right on. I got you. Cool beans. Gonna double check Roadie real quick, see if there's anything in there. I'll probably head over towards McDonald's maybe, which is about a quarter mile across the street. Not far away. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Just got to remind these apps that I'm out here. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. What do we got? We got a Target order. Okay, it's not too bad. So it's $8.75. It's only 2 items. They say it's 2.2 miles, but the geography of that is about 3.5 to 4 miles. So it's not great, but I'm gonna take it. It's good enough.
Like south.
Besides, we've been waiting long enough, so. Oh yeah, it's only 2 bags of cat food. The Imes cat food. Right on. All right, so that's what we're doing. What do we got? We got Trey. What's going on, Trey? Trey says horror, definitely, or action and adventure. Hey, I like your style, Trey. I like your style. Horror movies are my favorite for sure. And I also like when horror is combined with action, kind of like Aliens from James Cameron. I think that's probably the quintessential example of a sci-fi horror movie with a nice kick of action. It makes for a very relentless experience after the quiet build-up of the first 45 minutes of the film. Because you figure that first 45 minutes is setting up a lot of plot line, it's setting up the mood, the anticipation, and then when they actually get to the hive and you have that full-on assault from the aliens, dude, that is just cinematic perfection. I love it. Plus the final showdown with Ripley and the Queen. Get away from her, you bitch! Great stuff, man. Action and horror at its finest. Oh, sweet. We can actually use the turning lane. Nice! Hey, what's up, Butter Tart? Working on Saturday? Oh, I work every day. I work air day. 'Cause that's how we roll, right? We want to make that money, we got to work. I hope you're having a good Saturday today, Butter Tart. Being the killer from Scream for Coastal Comic Con. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like the Scream movies too. They're solid. I don't think I would put Scream as among my absolute favorite movies. I really love that opening act, like that first 10 minutes of the first film. That's actually one of my favorite scenes out of any horror movie. That first 10 minutes of the first Scream, because it really sets up the dark humor that the franchise is known for. But it's definitely one of the most like atmospheric and tense scenes in the entire franchise, and I think it's done just so well. Plus, Drew Barrymore, she really sells it. She really sells the terror in that scene, you know? She really sells it. I don't think there's a Scream film that I outright dislike, although I'd probably say the third one is my least favorite. I think the fourth one was pretty underrated. The fifth one was decent, if a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? A little derivative of other Screams. And the sixth one kind of suffers the same problem, but they changed the setting and they upped the brutality a bit. So I think it's about as good, maybe even slightly better. I'll be curious to see what kind of commentary they make for the seventh one. Especially since Matthew Lillard is reprising his role in it. Alright, just made it. Let's see, what do we got? Gig workers normally work at least 6 days. Yeah, that's true. The hustle never stops, right? Butter Tart says original Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. Oh yeah, great movie. Oh, it's coming out Friday. Wow, that was fast. Let's see. Butter Tart says hi to Pokes. Jack says mystery, science fiction, plot twists. Yeah, good stuff. I like that too. 10 inches of snow overnight. Oh, wow. But you gonna go out and build a snowman, maybe? We got that snow last Monday, Butter Tart. Jack says, heck yeah, brother. Corey has a quest. First 7 shops for an extra 14. Not bad. Scream 7 coming out. Past 2 ghost faces are returning. Yeah. I'll be curious to see how they handle that. Soylent Green, their people, Charlton Heston. Corey says, another 18 for 5. Nice. There you go out there and get that. Actor who was Roman Screen 3 is he's coming back too. Wow. Man, it sounds like this is going to be a pretty hype film. I watched the original Planet of the Apes. Oh yeah, that was a good movie. I like that. I love the music in that film too. The music's phenomenal. I don't think that film gets enough credit for its score. Keep your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape. How's it going, Kelly? Good to see you. Appreciate the emojis. She's got Bad Juju, Rhodey, and the JC bike. It's crazy Steve in Colorado had like $15 a delivery. Oh, wow. Sounds pretty nice. Anyway, I'm going to run inside, just get this cat food. I'll be out in a couple minutes. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Don't forget to hit that lick button, the one that's shaped like a thumb. Appreciate you being here. You are heckin' dope.
Okay. Go ahead. Thank you.
Alright, I'm back, guys. That was quick. Just 2 items. That cat food. Let's see, can I fit it up here? Probably. Now, I'd like to get a separate little bag for these tools. That way I can completely free up this front basket. Sweet. It's a good guy. Let's go. Oops. I'll catch up with you guys in a second. The sun glares on my phone during the day, so it makes it hard to read the chat sometimes, even with my sunglasses. So I'll try to catch up with you guys as much as I can. Okay, where's this at? Penny. Where? That is... Oh, what? Oh, they want me to take that route? No, I'm not taking that. Oh, it's past Lois. Okay. So I gotta take... So go off... Oh, it's right off Charlene. Okay. I got you. Oh, that must be that one route I'm thinking about. Yeah, I think that is. All right. 855. Got it. Okay. All right, let's see. Usually do Instacart when they give me a promo like guaranteed earnings. Yeah, I hear you. But Butter Tart says, hit the love button, everybody. Yes. Every market different. That's true. Mike got his Friskies pate cat food for his lunch on crackers with mayo, chives. Oh, that's funny. 808 says, need to go to bed. Sun's coming up. Yeah, go to bed. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with us for a little bit today. Hope to see you back again sometime soon. Appreciate you being here. You are heckin' dope, 808. If the other apps aren't popping, then I might switch to Instacart. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, whenever my other apps are slow, just having multiple apps is that helps me keep going. Multi-apping. If you're not multi-apping as a gig worker, you're missing out. Not trying to give FOMO, just trying to give practical recommendations. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Skip, most used, then Spark, Instacart, Amazon. There you go, you got options. Filler apps are good, definitely. Been waiting more than 2 years. Instacart near the bottom. My most used apps. Wow, that's surprising. Been on Instacart. Been waiting for Instacart 2 years. Rideshare, Rodeo, Steve. You just got on Instacart. First 33 deliveries, 400. Wow, nice. 2 years to get on Instacart. Jack says, damn you, you blew it up. Damn you all to hell. I mean, I know that scene has been memed to oblivion, but it really is tragic in a very hopeless feeling film. That's why it's so memorable. I also like those reboot Planet of the Apes movies, although I didn't see the one after Caesar. Not to spoil anything outright, but Caesar, he wasn't in the last one, and there's a certain reason for that. But the first three, I liked them a lot. I thought they were very good. I liked Caesar as a character. And the motion capture was also pretty convincing too. Because you figure they had a bunch of actors, they had the motion capture cameras set up on their suits. So all those movements that in a lot of the scenes with the apes, those are actually the actors moving around. Now there were some scenes that weren't, because of course, right, you can't really get impossible shots with just the physicality of actors alone, but a lot of it was the actors with the motion capture, which they did a really good job with. Makes it feel like the apes were real, you know, without having to, you know, be put in props and costumes. We got Lord Alcatraz. What's going on, Lord Alcatraz? You like older movies? They haven't been good for like 30 years. Yeah, I wouldn't say movies are quite as good as they used to be. Definitely a lot of the all-time best films are older films. What's up, Dasher Doug? Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you popping in. You got a snow removal gig up? Hey, that's cool. You got decent business with that, the snow removal? You have 10 to choose from? Wow, way to go, dude. I'm actually off the wait list for Expedite. The problem is that they need a vehicle, and they're not giving me the option to add a bike. So I've got a bit of something to figure out with that. Good. Oh, wow. That's why you gotta look, Honda. That's why you gotta look. You don't just turn because you want to. You gotta make sure it's safe. And you clearly didn't, so. Not even a turn signal either, dude. What the heck? See, I use hand signals because that's part of my civil obligations. Let's see. LOL, really, Corey, you ever use it? $30 for 6 to 10 minutes of work. Wow. That's a pretty good return on investment there. Gosh dang. Like, that's even better than getting a $30 food delivery. Because it might take you like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even longer to do it. Depending on how close the hospital is. Noise. Wet snow. I don't miss that. Ice. Yeah, I bet. Let's see. It's hard to do all the apps when I have a full-time job as well. Yeah, that's true too. But I think there's another way you can look at it, Corey. Or maybe you do look at it this way. You can kind of look, since you got these 10 apps, you could do a raffle, right? You could essentially do a raffle. You just like, you write them on a little piece of paper, you put them in a bowl, or you can put them on a wheel, you spin the wheel, see what it lands on and be like, all right, that's the one I'm gonna do after work. Or you write them down, you put them in a bowl, you pick one out at random and be like, all right, that's the one I'm gonna do after work. I don't know, I think it makes it kind of fun. Or maybe you do that, I don't know. But it's a little food for thought. Because, you know, I think it's a privilege to do gig work. And I love doing it, man. Especially the way I do it. I say it all the time. It's like a paid hobby, right? I get paid to ride a bicycle and deliver food. That's pretty heckin' dope if I say so. Let's see. I'm going to move over to the sidewalk. At least until the barriers come up. Get a little more shade. Ice scrapers, a couple shovels and bags. So you definitely need to spend some of your earnings. Well, that's the thing, you know? It's like, if the side hustle on an order-to-order basis, project-to-project basis, and overall pays enough to return the, you know, to get that return on investment for the equipment. And there you go. Ah, damn vultures up ahead. I'm gonna go around them real quick. Hold on, people. Patience. Shit. Why are we so damn aggressive out here? Cyclists crossing. Go to anger management courses, you jerk. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right, let me pass you, please. Let me pass you. All right. I don't know. Instacart could be good here. Rich people, Airbnb. Yeah, perhaps. As long as they're willing to tip enough. Because if customers weren't tipping, I wouldn't do this work. The base pay is not high enough alone. I would just be like an Amazon driver instead, or something else. Uber Eats, I get great shops. Hey, nice. Yeah, most of my Uber Eats orders are food delivery. They don't send me too many shopping orders. Try to find some other apps, and not just other apps, but other niches. Because there's a niche for everything, and there being a niche for everything means that there's a demand for everything, and a work opportunity for everything. Like, I know medical courier has gone up in popularity over the past several years. Okay. Let's see, you got some crazy base pay late at night. No drivers, like 8 to 12 base pay, but after midnight. Hey, that's pretty good. All right, we're about halfway to the customer. So not too much further to go. And it's going to take me over by the Walgreens, Family Dollar Tree, Sonic, Asian House area. So I got a few options. We'll see what happens. All right, what are we doing up here, people? What are we doing? There's 3 cars all tailgating each other. Yeah, when I was walking Lucy last night, so at least for anyone that was there with me, I don't know if you guys heard that loud bang out in the distance. There was a loud bang. I thought somebody was lighting off fireworks, but I didn't hear the explosion at the top afterwards, you know? So I wonder if someone crashed or like maybe they hit something. And then I saw a Facebook post about that too. It was somebody saying that they heard that loud bang over by the Parish Medical Center. What used to be the Parish Medical Center. They relocated. Well, that's about where people heard it from. I'll have to swing back there and see if there's anything with it, or at least around that area. I didn't really notice, but I wasn't looking earlier. Let's see. Unless you've been in it for a while, yeah. Well, you figure when someone signs up for an app, these apps, they're going to send you good stuff. They're going to help butter you up, right? They're going to butter you up make it seem like, oh yeah, what a great prospect for being a delivery driver with us. And then after a while, you know, as it kind of slows down, it plateaus, and it's like, what happened, you know? Because it's how manipulative these apps are with their algorithms. I mean, they'll send us anything for any reason, whenever they want. They have total control of the orders that are available at any given time. If they feel like sending you good stuff, then maybe you'll look out and get some good stuff. If they feel like berating you with a bunch of low pay orders, they'll do the same thing. And there's no real way to outright hack it. There really isn't. That's why it's annoying when you see these gig work channels telling us how to, like, you know, the secrets to hacking the algorithm. There is no secret. There's nothing you can do about it. You have no control, regardless of where you locate yourself or the types of offers that you turn on to receive offers for. You have no control over any of that stuff. You don't. Because if stuff like proximity is true, then why do they drag you 10 miles across town to get something where the customer's half a mile away, knowing there's probably a bunch of other drivers there too? It doesn't make sense, right? Or how about when a customer places an order at, you know, one location of a merchant, but then the order is coming from another location? They have to fulfill the order somehow, right? So if they can't do it with the one merchant, they'll send it to another location instead. Like, you don't have any control over that stuff. You also have no control over what the next order is going to be. The next order is going to be whatever they felt like sending you at any given moment. But since we are independent contractors who can accept or decline at will, it's up to you to decide, do you hit the decline button because it's not worth your while, or do you hit accept because you think it's a good opportunity? And that's really what I want to continue having as an independent contractor, is being able to accept or decline at will. I can't control what they send me, but I can control whether or not I take it. You need all your state certifications to get in airports, etc. Yep, that's true. That is true. And medical isn't usually an app. It's a company. You know what I mean? Because there are freelancers that do work as medical couriers. Plus, if people also launch they can launch their own apps too. But you get what I mean. I was just making an example. But it's not just like delivering blood and stuff too. You figure out other medical supplies. I've seen people making videos on it. You're like, okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, I haven't done it myself though. I don't really see how I can practically do that anyway, whether or not I would even want to. So I stick with the apps I have. I just find, you know, food delivery and maybe sometimes the shopping orders or delivering CVS prescriptions, just simple, easy to do. Enough for my wheelhouse. I think that was it back there. Hold on. Just gotta remember exactly where. Okay, we're not quite there yet. We're almost there. Oh, okay, I was mistaken. The one turn over here, it's the next one after Margie. Got it. Ew. Smells like duty. Okay, is that 855? Yep, that's 855. Alright, just gonna drop this off real quick. I'll be right back, kids. Okay. BRB. Okay, one order down. Yeah, I almost forgot Advanced Auto Parts works with DoorDash too, because they were telling me an order was placed there. And that doesn't really mean I'm going to get something over that way, as we all know. Like, just because there's a hot spot doesn't guarantee you're going to get it. But I figure these apps, they put that in the map to make it seem like if we're chasing hot spots, we're making more money. But all we're really doing is just spending more time and gas traveling, and not even guaranteeing that we're going to get an order from these areas that we keep going to. So I'm pretty sparing about I'm just trying to work out, find these apps that have it. I'm gonna double check Rody real quick too. See if there's anything there. Because I keep notifications off with Rody, because all they do is they keep notifying me of prospects that are like 30, 40 miles from me. And they don't notify me that often if there's CVS orders, despite the fact that I'm like less than a mile from my CVS. So I figured I just periodically open the Metro and see if there's anything in there, instead of getting bombarded by useless notifications. Because if I'm not even going to take like 95% of them, I'd rather just not be notified at all. I don't get that many Rody orders regularly anyway. Like, I've had some periods where I would get a pretty decent amount in a week, but most of the time I might get a few a week. It's still enough for me to keep going with it, because, you know, it's filler app and stuff. But it's mainly DoorDash. To a lesser extent, Uber Eats and Shipt. Rody was number 2 for a while, and then they dropped it off. I know a lot of people's prescriptions got more expensive the past couple months, so maybe that's got something to do with it. Alright, I figure maybe we'll hang out by the Bruster's ice cream, because that'll keep us pretty close to everything. We're also like half a mile from Dollar General, and then slightly further from CVS. So DoorDash can send us stuff over there too, if they feel like sending people. Because again, we know that these apps, they're in total control of how many orders are available at a given time and who they send the orders to. The whole thing about priority for orders is bullshit. There's no way to prove that. So I just call it a sticker program, because that's all it is. It's just, they're stickers. They put stickers on random orders and be like, hey, look, high pay order, wow. It's like, well, that's not up to you to decide that for me, DoorDash. That's up to me. If I think $6.75 for 2 miles is a high pay order, I think it's a high pay order. If someone doesn't think that, like maybe their order minimum is $7 and they don't think $6.75 is high enough, well, that's their decision too. But a lot of these big gig work channels, they basically tell DoorDash, oh yeah, the rewards program's fine, keep doing it. Well, do you really want that though? Because it's not, you're not actually getting any real reward from it. You're really not. It's a bunch of fluff to incentivize you to take more orders, no matter how trash they might be. Find an area to park out a little bit with some shade. I figure maybe. Oh, what do we got? We got an order. What is that? 7. It's not too bad. It's $7.72 for 3.7 miles from Taco Bell. So I'll take it. It's not the Taco Bell by Columbia. I don't go there. I never go there anymore. Their service is awful. I've just had too many bad experiences with the wait times and the unprofessionalism of the staff. So I don't bother going there anymore. The other Taco Bell, though, is quite a bit better. The orders are almost always ready when I get there. So that's heckin' dope. All right, I'll just make sure that wasn't missing any chat. Cool beans, we're good. So let's head over there. I paused DoorDash until we get this order delivered. Then we'll see if DoorDash throws us a bone. I guess the area that I'm heading towards is not too bad either. I figure it's going to be close to Titus Landing. I would actually prefer Titus Landing later on in the day. You know, the lunch rush won't be too long from now, so it could be a good idea. Oh, come on. I'm trying to cross you. That's what I was trying to do, dumbass. Jesus, dude. I put my hand signals up, indicating I'm making a left, trying to turn left, but no, they want me to pass before them. No, not on a busy highway. Are you kidding? You know? It's like, that's not up to you to look out for my safety. That's up to me. So just because you think it's a good idea for me to merge before you doesn't mean it's a good idea, because there's another lane. There's another passing lane. And the other drivers, they're not going to let me through. So I'm going to try to merge because someone was trying to be nice, and then I get hit. Now, I appreciate the gesture, but in this application, that's a horrible idea. So I wait for the cars to pass, and when the cars pass, I pass. Plain simple. Because that's the safest thing for me. And that's for me to decide, not them. Let's see. That's a great movie, by the way. Which one? Yeah, let's just calculate it real quick. So we got, so that was 875. 875 and 772. Alright, so we'll be at 1647 today. One of the other chatters. Swimming with sharks. Oh, okay, I got you. Haven't seen it. Speaking of sharks and shark movies, Jaws, am I right? Jaws. Good film. I don't think I know anyone that hates that movie, even if it's not their personal favorite. It's a good movie. Good characters. Awesome soundtrack. Some pretty suspenseful moments. Definitely checks off a lot of the good movie tropes boxes. I think Deep Blue Sea is pretty underrated. It's not a cinematic masterpiece or anything, but it's a fun film. And they did a really, really good job with those practical sharks. They did a really, really good job with those. I like the one scene where they're trying to keep the shark tranquilized for a sample that just bites the guy's arm off. That was all practical, by the way. Very, very well done. I mean, yeah, the CGI is outdated, but whatever. It was still cool, you know, seeing a mixture of the CGI and practical effects. I mean, you figure Jurassic Park did it 6 years prior. It only made sense other 90s films would do that as well. It only made sense. Plus, they had a much smaller budget. So, yeah, the CGI is not going to look as good. So you figure quality rendering, especially back then, expensive. Let's see. Check you guys out in a second. We're out of light. We got Jaws is awesome, says Bad Tarrant. Yep. Rubbernecker. What's going on, Rubbernecker? Good to see you. Appreciate you popping in. You like thriller, mystery, comedy movies? Good stuff. Good stuff. I think my favorite comedy is like Airplane style. You know, that movie Airplane. That's my favorite kind of comedy, so I like movies like that. Or when comedy is integrated with other genres. I think it's pretty tasteful, depending on the vibe and atmosphere that the film is going. Oh, we got another one. What we got? Another $3 for $3. How far is it going? Hold on. Probably gonna say no. 1.2 miles. All right, I'll do it. I wouldn't normally do it, I wouldn't normally do that, but I'm gonna give an exception this time. Best wishes for a successful day, Mike, says Rubbernecker. Appreciate that. We're gonna try to make $100 again, as per usual. We barely just made 100 yesterday, which was kind of disappointing. I was kind of hoping that the daytime hours would be busier, and I would make a similar amount as I was in previous days. But we still pulled it off, and the miles were, still decent. So it was still a profitable day. Shit. The police, they're on the chase. I heard the siren go off just now, and it hit the acceleration points. Let's see. Better Off Dead Classic. Gravity. You mean the one with Sandra Bullock? Gravity? I liked it when I first watched it, mainly because I actually saw it in the theaters, and visually it looked really nice in the theaters. I also found it very, very boring, and that was especially evident trying to watch it on my computer. In fact, I didn't even finish it the second time that I tried to watch it. Because again, visually it looks impressive, but it is so hollow. Like, the story is just so hollow. Massively, massively overhyped film, in my opinion. Like, if the story sucks, then you're building off a foundation made out of sand. Even if the house that you build on is solid, it's still going to sink. So I just found that film extremely boring, even though it looks great. Hell, I even like that movie Stowaway better than Gravity. And that film was not nearly as visually enticing. It just had a better story, and I liked the characters. Especially Anna Kendrick's character. She was the doctor in that film. Gravity, oh, I got you. Okay. But anyway, cat's out the bag about my thoughts on Gravity. So there's that. Besides, it seems like one of the biggest things people praised it for was its scientific accuracy. I don't really give a shit about that when I'm watching a science fiction movie. Like a science fiction movie, like, yeah, you can get bonus points, but if that's like your main positive feedback of the film, it's like, okay, well, what else is there to like about it? It's pretty, it looks good. Sandra Bullock, yeah, they got the story. What about the story? It's almost like there's nothing. So when you've got a bare bones story, the most basic shit in the world, how deep can the film really be? And again, I know the actors, they try to sell it. Some of this shit just doesn't make sense either. Like, what the hell is the point of George Clooney if he's only going to be in it like the first 25 minutes and then just runs out of space? It's so stupid. It reminds me of that movie Godzilla, in 2014, the Gareth Edwards one, they had Bryan Cranston as like the lead actor, but then he's dead in the first half hour. And then you got this other boring ass guy taking his place. And he just doesn't have the charisma or acting chops to pick up. It's like, what the hell was the point? Don't get me wrong, I like stupid B films like anybody else, but if I'm gonna watch a film that's supposed to be built on a compelling story, you better fucking deliver on the compelling story. Pretty visuals alone and good acting alone doesn't suffice for a shitty story. And just saying scientifically accurate though that's not really a prop to a film that holds much weight in the grand scheme of things. Like, if movies are supposed to be an escape from reality, then why the hell does scientific accuracy really matter about whether a film is good or not, right? Am I the only one thinking this? Like, yeah, you might get bonus points as long as the film's actually fucking good on its own merit. But just being scientifically accurate, it's like, okay, congratulations. You just did a science board project in middle school. What do you freaking do? Does that make it a compelling piece of art? No. I think he was laughing at my reference. You said $3 gig. Made me think of the $2 quote. Oh, God. He was laughing at, $2. Hey, what's up, Cole? Good to see you, buddy. What's my average day mileage? Lately, it's been 30 to 40 miles. Sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. I have dual battery for both my bikes, so I could go as far as I need to go. You figure I'm getting 40 to 50 mile range per bike with that setup, and I have two of them. And I usually take turns with them. I'll generally take my smaller bike out during the day because I don't really expect as much work to do, and the order's not as big. But I have to change the tire. I got a flat the other day. I do have the tire. I have everything I need to change it. I just haven't felt like it. Just being straight up, I just haven't felt like doing it. But I'll do it probably Monday or Tuesday, while I still have my other bike, which gets more range and is better equipped for bigger roads. So I'm not really missing anything by having one of my bikes out of commission with something that I can do in like 10 to 20 minutes. All right, we just made the Taco Bell. I'll catch up with the chat. And I'll go inside, pick it up. Okay, that side door is probably not open, so I'm pulling up here. Okay, let's see. Long-time mountain bikers here, started in 94. Oh, yeah, I used to love riding my mountain bikes back in middle school, high school. I did that in the college. I still have a mountain bike, too. Cole says, hi, how are you? I'm doing all right. We're just out here trying to make some money. Hope you're having a good day, Cole. Aliens, 2 all-time greats, absolutely. 100%. I always thought it'd be a terrifying thing to float away in space. Oh, certainly. No one would hear you scream. Ha ha. Ha, nice. Let's see, Interstellar. I like Interstellar, it's good. My problem is that it's way too long. It's way too long. But I definitely like Interstellar better than Gravity. Bike riding should keep you in shape, a lot of miles. Yeah. I've also been resistance training in the gym a good amount of time, too. Do you use red-facing radar? No. Got to get going, stuff to do. All right, take care, Rubbernecker. Appreciate you popping in. You all like and subscribe, please, for Mike. Yes, indeed. Appreciate that. Be Happy says Walking Dead. Nice. Bye, Be Happy. Nice. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we got to go to Ben Parker Cafe. That's back over that way. Yeah, I can fit this. I can fit this Taco Bell order in here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's what I love about this front basket. It gives me a nice bit of extra utility for different situations. Like anytime I get smaller orders that can be packed, condensed, I like using this bag and I like using this front basket instead. Definitely prefer that for those kind of situations. I mean, bigger stuff, yeah, I'm gonna use the my other bags instead. But you figure that's the neat thing. It's being prepared for any common situation I'm in. So I'm a man of preparation. Alright. Pick it up for Chelsea. Come in! Alright, let's go. Let's see. Be Happy asks, are you from California? No, I'm from Long Island, New York. But I live in Florida. Where are you from, Be Happy? Let's see. Stay safe. Yeah. Hey, Share Bear. Good to see ya. Hope you're having a super duper Saturday morning. Feel free to let us know what your favorite movie genre is in the comment section down below. Bye, Gravity. Nice talking movie talk with you. Nice. Very nice. Alright, come right up to Ben Pocket, right in the tightest landing plaza. It's a good plaza. I like coming here on the evenings, usually the weekends. It can be pretty busy. Plus you got that Ulta Beauty, Dunkin', Firehouse Subs, Native Bar, Wayback Burgers for the whole day. So decent amount of options here. Royal Sushi. Let's see. You do DoorDash California? Oh, sweet. You make some good money over there with that Prop 22? I'll be right out, guys. See if this order's ready. Alright. So it was almost ready, and then it was ready. So that was nice. Let's see if I can shove that in here. Yep. Hold on a second. Go in there. Get in there. Go in there. Nah, screw it. I don't need that. I was keeping my pockets. Keep it in my pocket for the time being. Okay, got the order. Pick up. Continue the next step. All right, we gotta drop off to the Taco Bell customer first. $138. All right, I know where that's at. Okay, I let them know I'm on the way, so let's head up there. Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's a lot of DoorDash drivers here sometimes to find different location. Yeah, I figured as much. There'd probably be a ton of dashes over there. I got a decent amount of competition here too sometimes, but I don't think it gets in the way as much as it used to. It's really when the kids go back to school. Around that time, it's rough because a lot of the parents, like the stay-at-home parents, maybe they don't have jobs. They want to go out, do some dashing. And less people during the daytime placing orders, usually. So a combination of those factors. But other than that, the rest of the year is usually pretty solid for me. It mostly just comes down to how much time do I commit to going into coming out here. Which overall, coming out for day shifts, it can be like 8 to 12, 9 to 12, 22, with some variation. And then, especially come out in the evening, 5 to 9, 6 to 10, somewhere in between. And the hours in between those, not ideal in my market, way too slow. So I usually take those hours off and do other stuff instead. Figure that work-life balance also that also matters too. Thinking about it, start my own YouTube channel for DoorDash. Hey, there you go. Yeah, I'd say go for it, man. Why not? We got a pretty big online community, and we can get you to 50 subscribers pretty quickly. If you want to make some good connections. A lot of dashers like to visit not just my channel, but a lot of them also have their own channels, and then we kind of like cross over to each other, stuff like that. Because you figure if you get your 50 subs, you can go live on your phone if you want to do like live streams with DoorDash. I figure why not? It's easy. You figure you're already working. Just turn the camera on and talk to people. All right, let me drop this off first. Yeah, I'm surprised someone gave me a thumbs down the other day. I don't know why. I mean, they got their order in one piece, so I don't know. Yeah, it's that beer. Okay, Washington Avenue. All right, let them know I'm on the way. 1710. Oh, I know where that's at. Okay. Yeah, that's that one apartment complex area. Luckily, it's not complex to find it. Won't be a complex situation. Let's see. Very expensive to live here. Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about that too. Your taxes must be out the wazoo too. Why a lot of DoorDash? There's no jobs here. That's why. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It seems like more and more people just keep leaving California too. Largely because of just how expensive it is to live there. Personally, I'm content where I'm at. I figure Titusville's not the best market, but it's good enough for me. I figure a lot of my all-time best dashing days were here. And I've been on a roll for a little while, since after the holidays. We got a better working system, so to speak. Making do with what I got, but also making most of what I got. Like a lot of people keep propping up Orlando as a great place to dash. And I'd like to try it at some point. I know I've talked about it for a while. So at some point I will go there and see how well I can dash. But I think it would be more about just, getting some closure with that idea. Because I know there's a lot of dashes there too. So even though on paper it seems like a great idea, I have to find out for myself in practice if it's a good idea. It wouldn't exactly be cheap to get there too. I'd have to get a vessel to take me there. And not just like one bike, but probably take both. That way when I'm done with the shift, I can go back out for another, swap the bikes out. I would just have to consider the return on investment. That. So, however much I typically aim for, I'd have to definitely make more than that to break even. But maybe sometime down the line. As for right now, though, no. Not really in the position to invest in that prospect. Yeah, we should be coming. Yeah, we're coming right up. Okay, my map's acting a little weird. That's okay. I don't pretend. Yes, I know, DoorDash. You keep saying it's busy. They've notified me twice in the past 10 minutes that it's busy. Like, I get it. Another Uber Eats order? What is this? Subway. Paying $4, 2.3 miles. I'm gonna decline that. I want to get DoorDash back on. Okay, so we got. Yeah, it says. Please don't knock on the door. It's 15. I'm looking for apartment 1. Is that on the other side? Number 1?
On the other side.
All right, thanks. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys in a second. Yeah, that's right. Got it. All right. Numero uno. 7, 8. So it's gotta be in there. Up there it is. Okay, I found it. I'll catch up with you guys in a second. I gotta put DoorDash back on. I hope the timer didn't run out. Oh, okay, perfect. Good timing. Sweet. Okay, we got DoorDash on. Let me pull over somewhere. I'll catch up with you guys in a second. Oh, we got a trip radar? What do we got? Wow, 251 for 3.9 miles. That's hard. My God. That is awful. No way, Jose. Watch them send that to me as an exclusive offer. Like, we know you didn't want it the first time, but hey, here you go with exclusive, though. Like, no, that doesn't make it better at all. It's the same crappy order. So no thanks. Alright. What do we got here? Let's see. Sure ain't easy, Mike, but someday I'll get it. Driving now, back and forth, not driving, relax. We just have really bad government. Yeah, I've heard that one too. Although I don't have much to say on it because I don't know enough about that. Alright, let's see. There's a couple roadies in here, but yeah, the miles are too high. 41 miles for 26 bucks. $10 for 12. Skip those. Alright, we'll just head back towards Titus Landing. Okay. Yeah, I want to try to hold off for a better order than that Uber Eats. I mean, I know I gave an exception at $3 order, but I figured proximity was close enough. This other order, though, not so much. Alright, what do we got? Alright, the ABC liquor store. Okay, this isn't too bad. $6 for a little over a mile. About a mile and a half. It's only 2 items, so I'll take it. I'll take that. So we'll turn Uber Eats off for right now. Set it to that, the beans. And I'm gonna make a U-turn. Oh, actually, there's a light bulb. I'll do that. Screw it. I'll do this. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Perfect. That works. Nice. So that saves a little bit on the commute. Let's see. Hi, my friends. Let's see who's that. That is... Oh, it's Caleb. Hey, what's up, Caleb? How you doing? Good to see you. We're on our way to pick up a $6 mile and a half DoorDash from ABC. Hope you're having a good day so far, Caleb. And speaking of Caleb, so for you guys that don't know, it's the Lone Wolf. He's in the chat right now. He's trying to get up to 50 subs and go live and stuff. So if you guys want to subscribe to his channel, show him some love for me, that would be heckin' dope. The weather looks great in Florida. Well, that's because it is. It's supposed to get up to 84, 85 today. It's pretty warm, but it feels nice right now. And the evenings feel amazing. I love it in the evening. And it's going to be pretty warm tomorrow as well. Not quite as warm, but still pretty warm. High 70s. Which I actually like better. Thanks for the shout out. Hey, no problem, Caleb. Appreciate you being here. You're heckin' dope. Just up ahead, the ABC books. It's only 2 items, so it'll be quick. Like I said, but yeah, someone on Uber Eats gave me a thumbs down the other day. I don't know why. I always communicate. The order showed up in one piece. And, you know, I'm timely with my deliveries, as you guys have come to know. What do we got? We got Lamasophy. I think I've seen you the other day. From Denmark. Yeah, that's right. You were here the other day. You have your first Winter Olympics medal in 28 years. Wow. 28 years. That's older than a lot of people. Oh, let's go, Caleb. I appreciate the dono, Caleb. Very generous. You are heckin' dope. Lunch is on me, my friend. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That is noise. That is very noise. So we send the intro text. They just want 2 things of strawberry grape Moscato. So I'll be right out, guys. Appreciate everyone hanging out with me today so far. Let me know what your favorite movie genre is in the comment section down below. This little Q&A question. You are heckin' dope. Alright, just got the order, guys. Let's see. Caleb says Mike's a good friend. He works hard. Appreciate that, Caleb. Hey, Ulf. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Lamosophy says, nice person, Lone Wolf. Ulf's pooping. Someone used my phone, not me. Oh, I got you. Maybe it was British Shorthand that used your phone? That could be a possibility. Okay. So yeah, the wine bottles, they fit up front. Nice and snug. Then I'm just going to let the customer know I'm on the way. On my way. And let's see. Okay, I know where that is. That is the second on the right after Sycamore. All right, cool beans. All right, let's rock and roll, kids. Alrighty. All right, good. And sweet. Cool beans. It's a bike sharing. I don't like those at all. But I let that truck pass me, so we should be aight. I'm addicted to energy drinks again. Hyper responsive to it. Yeah, careful now. They got a lot of caffeine in them. Joe, Pedro, scared again. Go Chelsea. Oh, 10. So, what's your favorite movie genre, Wolf? Feel free to let us know in the comments down below. And my pack and bag can't sit in a computer chair long. That's an interesting way to put that. I know it's easy to slack on your posture when you're sitting on it. Just, sitting at a desk. I actually have a standing desk. So, even though I have a chair, which I use if I want to sit down from a standing desk, I also stand out sometimes. Not stand down, train up sometimes. Let's see. The reason I left yesterday was I cut open my thumb. You had to go to the ER. Oh wow. Nice. How did that happen? But I'm glad they got it patched up for you. I'm sure it'll be a couple of weeks or better. Chelsea football team. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't watch football, so I don't know. more about the running joke rather than me knowing what they actually are. Who they are and what they do. Alright, next street over. We're pretty close to Winn-Dixie and Dollar General. I guess we'll probably stay up here. Keep trying to get some orders. Hopefully they'll send me a banger. I'll get Uber Eats on in a moment too. I can't stand, so not a solution for me. Yeah, I know your tarsal tunnel syndrome. So that's understandable. Alright, we just made it to 933. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. There you go. Okay. Hey, that was pretty cool. We had another dasher here, with a separate order for them. They came out. They gave both of us a cash tip. So the customer did tip in the app. It was $2.50, and we got an extra $2. So cool. We got a Winky Tippy this morning. Winky Tippy, tip above leg. So we'll add that to the calculator. Puts us at $27.47 for the morning. And it is not 11:30 yet, so I think we'll do better than yesterday morning. It's shaping up to be that, I think. I'm going to head towards the Winn-Dixie Plaza. Because Dollar General, Walgreens, China are all in that area as well. While still being pretty close to Titus Landing. Let's see, a knife jumped out of my hand. Missed the sun so bad. Minus 12 degrees and snow. Oof, that's rough. But yeah, sorry about your finger situation. I'm sure that'll heal up in a couple of weeks. Alright, we're gonna head over to Clean Street. I'll check roadie in a little bit too. Although if I get a roadie, I'd have to go a couple miles south to get it. So it would have to be worth it. I'm gonna take it. Let's see. Ulf says bye-bye. All right, take care, Ulf. Appreciate you popping in. You are heckin' dope. Nice. Need to make dinner soon. Well, if you got to handle knives, proceed with caution. But I appreciate you hanging out with us. You are heckin' dope as well. if I can pick up another block from Grubhub, maybe. Even though they haven't sent me anything yet. Alright, they got 10 to 11:30, 11:30 to 1. Sure. I'll do that. Yeah, maybe I'll scoop up some contribution pay. They sent me almost $23 of contribution pay this week. That was pretty cool. That's because I had a bunch of blocks and they didn't send me a single order throughout those multiple blocks. So I guess they felt kind of bad. They felt pity on me. Like, oh, poor Mike the Bike Dasher. He's not getting orders from Grubhub because we don't send him stuff, and whatever we do send to him are low pay, high mile orders. So let's throw him some crumbs while we bake the bread. That's exactly how these gig companies act. They're the ones baking the bread, and we're scooping up the crumbs. But hey, I'm coming out here and working, so. Plus, you know, bike dashing, favorite job ever. Basically a paid hobby. That's why I love it. Because when it doesn't feel so much like a job, it feels more enjoyable. But that's just me. Let's see if we got a bagger from Winn-Dixie, maybe. I know tomorrow Winn-Dixie's going to be busy. It's usually, I've noticed in my market anyway, a lot of people, they'll place more of their grocery shopping after church on Sunday mornings. So that usually makes it a pretty good day to scoop up some shopping orders. And then Friday, Saturday evenings, usually more ideal for the food deliveries. Usually. And then during the week, it's kind of a mix of the two. And of course, there could always be deviation to those patterns. Because you figure these gig apps, they're in full control of what they send you at any given moment. So it's more of just observing how things typically go for me, rather than like 100% on accurate depiction of what's to come. That's how they keep us on our toes, you know? They keep us on our toes like that, never knowing exactly what's coming next. Which also adds a bit of excitement to the job, in my opinion. Because you figure the work itself is inherently repetitive, but never quite knowing where you're going to be next or what kind of delivery that you're going to have next can be pretty cool. Just waiting for these trucks to pass. Come in! Let's go. Let's go. Nice. Come on, DoorDash. Come on, Uber Eats. And I have shipped on as well. The schedule, anyway. So if there's an offer available, they'll let me know. But shipped has been pretty slow. think I'll pull over to that one parking lot over there. Because it's got some trees. Enjoy a little shade while we're waiting on our next order. Okay, here we go. Cool beans. We're just right outside Winn-Dixie right now. We're going to wait a little bit, see if we get anything. After a certain amount of time passes, we'll try to move around a little more. Yeah, just those same roadies. Yeah. Same ones that were in here earlier. Oh, Caleb sent 2 of them. Oh, cool. Yeah, sorry I missed your second one, Caleb. I just noticed you sent me 2 donos. Very generous. Really appreciate that. You were heckin' dope. Let's see. Has Andrew Jack already surpassed the best hottie chupin? I wouldn't say quite yet. He's almost there, though. Let's see. Caleb says, get something good to eat, my friend. Yeah, I appreciate that, Caleb. Let's see. Cole says, I found it, Mike. Oh, you found 1163? Nice. Yeah, I saw something in here. Let me check it out. Okay, it's a quest. Oh, okay. So yeah, there's an Uber Quest in here, but it's only for UCF. Yeah, poopy doopy. Yeah, we're not gonna be getting that. But that's okay. You found a lucky quarter? Nice. Very nice. Hey Richard, how you doing? Good to see you. Appreciate you popping in. We're just waiting on these apps to send me another order. Yeah, why'd I get a thumbs down? Item damaged. What do you mean? That's not true. Yeah, that's bullshit. Let's see. Caleb says I'm off to the gym, my friend. Hey, way to go, man. What you training today? What kind of training split are you on? You just doing general stuff to stay in shape? You got like a bodybuilder split, powerlifting? Richard says, is work going well today? It's pretty slow. It's pretty slow. Well, we did get some decent orders. It cost him a tip an extra $2 of cash, so that was pretty cool too. Oh, I hear the police again. Jeez. Yeah, I saw police going down South Hopkins. They were probably on the pursuit. You need to learn more about lifting weights? Yeah, I got you. But yeah, as far as like YouTube channels with lifting weights, I'd say Alex Leonidas, he's a good channel. Sean Nalawani, Alan Thrall, those are good channels. Jeffrey Verity Schofeld is pretty good. And Kiri Elite Fitness, he's a decent channel, especially if you want to do like powerlifting stuff. How's Saturday treating you? It's all right. I mean, the weather's nice out. Let's see. Richard says my favorite movie genre is action war movies. So you probably like that one movie, Saving Private Ryan, right? Saving Private Ryan, right? That movie's awesome. Great film. I mean, the way they recreated D-Day was freaking sick. Faz lifts, Virtue. Yeah. A nice big oak tree behind me. Yeah, there's a decent amount of people at Winn-Dixie. Figured there'd be people placing orders there too. Did I substitute any items today? No, I only got the one shopping order, and it was just 2 bottles of wine, and they had it. So no substitutions. Yeah, I don't know if you answered the Q&A, Ulf. If what your favorite movie genre is. Maybe you did. If you have a favorite. I chose horror as mine. I would definitely say horror is my favorite overall. Let's see. Cole says, fun fact, I nearly once called a substitute teacher a prostitute. Oh, God. Yeah, that would have been bad. Substitute, prostitute. They're kind of similar sounding. Not similar as in, like, the profession, but you know what I mean. Although, maybe they can be sometimes. I don't know. That's not even a fun fact. Yeah, maybe it's not fun, but it is a fact. So, good enough, I guess. Maybe let's pull up to the Winn-Dixie building itself. Let's see what happens with that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if DoorDash was also reading people's minds. Like, I was talking about moving towards McDonald's, and then they sent me an order right around that area. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, how would they do it? I have no clue. Oh, wow. That was bold. Homeboy looking at me like he's Ice Cube. What do we got here? Oh, it is Winn-Dixie. What do we got? Ooh, that is not the best order I've ever seen. But it's not the worst either. So it's $4.50 for a mile and a half from Dixie. It's only a single item. And it's taking us south, which is actually not bad. It's not bad at all. So I'll take it.
Like south. Then turn left.
Got it.
Turn left.
I don't like the fact they turn their navigation on right away. Got to figure out where in the settings I can turn that off. Like, I don't mind having it as an option, but I almost never need to use it, ever. Let's see. Oh, Ulf's heading out again? All right, take care, Ulf. Appreciate you popping back in. You were heckin' dope. Let's see. Cole says favorite action film has to be Terminator 2. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, they just need a bag of flour. So I'll be right out, guys. Appreciate you being here. You are heckin' dope. Alright guys, we got the order. Just a bag of flour. Fits in the front basket, nice and snug. Just the way I like it. Let the customer know I'm on the way. On my way. Juice plays. It says X. Well, appreciate you popping in. Juice plays. I think that's how you pronounce it. Juice. Just dropping off this tiny DoorDash order and seeing what the rest of the afternoon entails for us. All right, let's rock and roll, kids. Pardon me. All right, we got a Grubhub order. Our first one of the day, too. And it's terrible. Wow. Ooh, surprise, surprise. $6.64 for 13.2 miles from Panda. Yeah, what a lucrative deal, guys. Like barely $50 a mile, right? Jesus. No thanks. No, thank you. Yeah, our drop-off point is going to be on the left, but we're going to hang out on the right. Just because the pavement's a little smoother over here. That's not saying much, but still. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Even though work's kind of slow, still soaking up that sunshine. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You guys are heckin' dope. And when we come back out later this evening, it'll definitely pick up. So even if we don't do so hot during the daytime, we should still be able to, get to the finish line at the end of the day. Okay. Okay, is this guy gonna wait? Are you gonna wait? You're gonna wait, right? You're gonna wait. Just make sure. You're not gonna move, are you? I guess you couldn't be bothered? I'll remember that. Can't stand when they block my path, dude. They'll bitch about us being on the road, but then they'll block my path when I'm off the road. You can't have it both ways. I'm sorry. You can't. It makes you a big hypocrite. Okay, it looks like... Oh, you're back already. That was a fast buy. You don't really have a favorite movie genre? Preferences on my movie? Yeah, that's fair. I'm on a OF. Got a what OF? Like OnlyFans or off? Oh, on and off. That's okay. That's gotcha. Okay, we can move over to the right, or the left, I mean. So my drop-off point's going to be on the left anyway. Oh, nothing clear. Okay, I got you. Fair enough. Okay, let's make sure we're good. Nice, we are good. Yeah, just a little more up ahead. This takes us pretty close back to Dollar General and CVS. But maybe it will score something today. Just maybe. is coming up. But we got to get some 43 hundreds. Alright, what's this one? 40, okay, that's 42.97. So the 4300s. Okay, that is 43.45. Next to it, yeah. Right over here. I'll be right back. What's this? How's it going? Okay, I actually paid more than expected. I think it paid $6.50. That's what it said it paid. So that's pretty cool. It was originally $4.50. So my calculator, that puts us at $33.97. So that's more or less about the same that we did yesterday during the day, which is not very good, but you know, I figure the value in me coming out around this time of day is giving myself a head start for the evening. So when I do well enough on the evening, I crack 100 because it came out. In the evening, it's just not, it just doesn't happen very well. So that's where the value in me coming out the morning to early afternoon shift comes in. Otherwise, I would prefer to take it off sometimes, which I'll probably start doing for Tuesdays. Probably. We'll see. Yeah, let me bring you guys over towards Dollar General. And we'll see if they send us an offer up there, or the CVS right here, or the Subway across the street from the Dollar General. Or if they send me back towards my main zone. We shall see. Too bad there's no shade over here. I say let's head over. Yeah, let's sit over by the smoke shop. At least they got a little patch of shade. Hey, what's up, Mary? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, you getting ready for the day? You gonna do a catering order? Hope you're having a lovely Saturday morning. And I got a Q&A question up right now. What's your favorite movie genre? So if you want to let us know what your favorite movie genre is with the Q&A question up here, feel free to let us know in the comments down below. Oh, you got a catering lined up for Tuesday? Nice. Very nice. That's heckin' dope. Yeah, I got off the wait list for Expedite, but they're asking for a car, you know, like the VIN number, insurance and stuff like that. So that might not be quite the prospect I was hoping for. Okay, so we did get those tips from those Uber Eats orders, so that's heckin' dope. Speaking of Uber Eats, let's put them back on. There we go. Nice. Let's see. Action adventure. Yeah, those are good. Good genres. Action adventure, revenge movies. Total Recall, Terminator. I was talking about those the other day too. I was talking about those movies too. I like those movies. They're good. I really, really like the first Terminator movie. That's probably my favorite action film. Probably. Although Terminator 2 is really, really good as well. Total Recall. See you at the party, Victor. As the guy's arms get chopped off. See. Oh, Uber Eats, let's go. What do we got? That's not too bad. It's $5 for 2 miles from 7-Eleven. So, I'll take it. You like the kindergarten? Oh yeah, Kindergarten Cop. That's right. That was a good one too. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Screaming his head off at the children. Oh, that's okay. I figured out why that DoorDash order paid more. It's because we got an extra tip. Let's see. There we go. That's pretty nice. We got the extra $2 tip. All right, I'm gonna pause DoorDash, and we'll go run over to 7-Eleven, get that 5 for 2. That'll put us at $38.97. So a little better than yesterday. A little better. Oh, what are we doing? DoorDash. Okay. And then the timer. All right, let me just take a quick sip of water. T3 Total Recall. Yeah, Terminator 3, that one's not my favorite, but it's got some good moments in it. I like that scene where Arnold, he gets his outfit, he's trying glasses on, and he's grabbing a bunch of food. It's like, hey, you got to pay for that. And then he's like, talk to the hand. Do I like the movie where Arnold is pregnant? What? What the hell is that? I don't know what movie that is. Or at least I don't recall. I don't total recall. Get it? I don't totally recall what you're talking about. Tee hee 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 hee. I did a reference and I did it funny. Oh, you know what I haven't checked? I haven't checked Brody. figures we're next to CVS. Let's see if we get one. No. Movie. No one's. Man, Lonnie's been so slow, dude. I only got to see that movie the past several days. I'm glad I got one home instead. At least DoorDash has picked up enough to make it fun. I'll give that a second. It's called Junior. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. That sounds very weird. Arnold is pregnant. That sounds weird. That sounds quite intriguing, though. Is it a good movie? Alright, hold up, physics. Slow down, physics. I'm not ready for this yet, physics. Wuppy wuppy. Yeah, that was a bumpy wumpy, alright. Yeah, it said this is an alcohol delivery. So I'm guessing probably like maybe some cans of beer. I'll have to look at it. Alright, it's 3 items. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a can of beer. And looks like a thing of sweet tea and some Hostess cupcake thing. They're gonna get their sugar rush and get their booze. Can't say that's the healthiest thing in the world, but to each their own, I guess. You gotta watch it. I don't remember, bro. Arnold making sounds as he's giving birth. Oh,
I'm pregnant. I'm going to labor. Come with me if you want a C-section.
Imagine if he said stuff like that in the movie. Oh my god, dude. I would just die laughing if he actually said something like that in that movie.
Get to the ICU! Oh man, big carpet of pollen over here. Jeez. Yikes. What all that? Man, that order's gonna take us back now.
crazy. Okay, just gotta wait for the crosswalk to clear. We made 7-Eleven. Just gonna run in there real quick. And I'll be right back out. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. You are heckin' dope. At 45:17. All right, that's a little after the customer, but not by much. And the order fits nice and snug in the front, which is nice. Let the customer know I'm on the way. And let's get it. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Casey? Talking movies. Yeah, so the Q&A question up here, what's your favorite movie genre? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below. That person, Kane's channel, recommends sugar. Oh, Carlin? Is that who it is? Carlin? Is that how you pronounce it? Okay, you're gonna let me go, right? They said they add fart noises to old movie classics. Yes. Do I recommend it? Generally, no. Because it's a high-calorie dense food. It doesn't fill you up, and it just gets you wired for no reason. It gets you wired up, and then it just makes you crash. I mean, again, if you're doing like endurance activity, like, you know, triathlon, marathon running stuff, you know, there's a niche for stuff like that. For a lot of other people now. Lean bulk? You already know my thoughts on lean bulk. It's a fallacy. It's It's just doing something slower and less time and less cost production than if you were to just get to your weight, your target weight range in a timely several months max. Again, I've already explained about the lean bulking stuff. It's like no serious bodybuilding aspirations does lean bulking. You look at all the people that they want to compete, national or not, they don't lean bulk. Because it's a waste of time. It's not time. It's not time. Hey Ellie, how you doing? Good to see you. Appreciate you popping in. We're just dropping off an Uber Eats order. Hope you're having a good day so far, Ellie. Appreciate you being here. You are heckin' doing it. Let's see, 517. Yeah, that's coming up. Coming right up, actually. I'll be right back. Man, got some action today. Jeez Louise. Yeah, they pulled out of the Publix parking lot. It was probably somebody at Publix. Guys ready? Yeah, let's put DoorDash back on. Turn the timer off. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I forgot this is back path over here. See if I can go through that. Sorta. Oh wow, a lot of dirt. I'm gonna walk down. There we go. Oh, that was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'll find a shaded spot and catch up with you guys for a second while we're waiting for another order. Puppy wumpy. Okay. guess right here. Let's see. If you're the target weight, the body have fat to take from and use more calories than cut. Well, again, what's the point of cutting if you're not going to compete or have a photo shoot, you know? Like if you're just going to bulk cut with no real goal, it's like, why? You know, and I've said many times before, your body needs time to utilize the tissue that you put on your frame. So if you have to gain like 5-10 kilograms because you're trying to get bigger and stronger, the body needs time to use all of that mass that you added. It's not going to be able to do that if only 2 or 3 months later you decide to cut again. You know, it's metabolic adaptation. I was talking quite a bit about that yesterday. You know, evolution's a slow thing. Metabolic adaptation's a slow thing. It needs time. I don't quite where the body gets the stuff from to grow. Well, what do you think the point of protein is? Protein, and you go to the gym and you train and you sleep. And having enough fuel. It's not difficult. You're overthinking it. The whole thing about lean bulk never fucking existed before these influencers made up that term. And they made up a term like that. Again, why did I explain yesterday? Because they want you to keep buying their shitty fucking programs and supplements. They all do it. So how do you do that? Simple. They keep yo-yoing with you. You bulk, then you cut. You bulk and then you cut, and you pay for every program. But meanwhile, you're not really making any significant progress because each time that you go through your bulk and cut phase, you barely look any different. And they do that on purpose. They want you to keep doing it. That's how they make their money. It takes fat. You don't know how that works, dude? Really? Come on, man. You're doing your cardio, you're doing your resistance training, you're making noticeable progress with those things. Your bodily recomposition is going to look different because you're building muscle tissue. You're building muscle, you're losing fat, you're looking leaner. You asked me this yesterday, man. The abs all year and get gains. If you ain't eating over what you use, well, because it's not just food. It's not just food that builds muscle, right? You need protein and you need a stimulus when you train in the gym, and you need to sleep. If we just ate to build muscle, then there wouldn't be morbidly obese people. Morbidly obese people, by that logic, would be muscle-bound bodybuilders, right? Food is fuel. A car needs fuel, right? And I told you many times, when you're doing your cardio, when you're doing your resistance training, the body needs fuel. That doesn't mean you have to gain weight. You don't have to gain weight to have fuel. Because guess what happens? The car, you're putting fuel in the car, you put too much fuel in the car, what happens? It overflows, right? It overflows. Just look at it from the point of view of a car, because that's how we act in the gym. We act like cars. We need fuel, then we go drive the car, so to speak. Hey, Richard, welcome back. Appreciate you being here. You eat the same with abs, without abs. Why doesn't this? Because I've been on your case for over a year about this now, Ulf. You're not doing enough cardio. You're not doing enough cardio. It's that simple. You're not doing enough cardio, and you have no real progression schemes with your cardio. You're doing the same cardio, and it's not really contributing anything. And I described how to progress with cardio. It's easy. It's easy. Cardio needs time. Cardio needs intensity. You factor those things in, time and intensity, and there you go. When I said it's simple, I'm not kidding, man. It's as simple as I'm putting it. It is way, way simpler than you think it is. Now, I didn't say it was easy, though, right? There's a difference between easy and simple. A linear commitment like that is simple, but actually sticking to the commitment is the difficult part. Why do you think a lot of people give up on their New Year's resolutions? Because commitment's hard, right? Even though the actual process itself is actually simple. And it's way, way simpler than people think. What's the difference between eating and getting gains at low fat and higher? I don't get it. You're asking the wrong questions, Ulf. That's part of your problem. You're asking the wrong questions about that stuff. When you're a lower body fat, right? What is body fat? Body fat is partially stored energy, right? So when you have added fat, you have higher, bigger energy stores. The leaner you get, the more you deplete those energy stores. How do you deplete energy stores? Energy expenditure. How do you expend energy? Cardio, resistance training. Even just having more muscle mass gives you a higher metabolic base rate, basal metabolic rate, which is basically just burning calories or burning energy at rest. Simply just having muscle. Thermodynamics, physics. So when you're bigger, you have more energy stores. When you're leaner, smaller, you have less. So when you get super lean, you're not going to feel as energetic, right? And that's true. Look at bodybuilding preps. When they're prepping for their competitions, getting super freaking lean, shredded out of their minds, they feel like absolute shit. They feel absolutely awful. They have no energy, they have low testosterone, their dick can barely even function, among other things. No sex drive, nothing. There's a middle ground. And you getting down to 80 kilograms might be that middle ground. Maybe the middle ground is lower than that, we're not sure. But the only way to find out, get to the 80, hang around 80 kilograms for a while, up your cardio. And since you're upping your cardio, right, you're upping your energy expenditure. And when you're upping your energy expenditure, you need to add fuel, right? Because you're a car. A car needs fuel to function. That doesn't mean you have to gain weight. You can add calories without gaining weight. We know this too. Because with your higher energy expenditure, the math works out. It is literally as simple as you're not letting yourself think. It is as simple as it gets. It really is. When I keep telling you all that you're not eating enough calories, it's because you want to use those added calories not to gain weight, but to do more cardio. Because when you do cardio on an empty stomach, your energy expenditure is going to be lower. When you eat before you do cardio, your energy expenditure is going to be high. Because when you get it, you got to consume it. You consume it to use kinetic energy. That's physics. And if you're having a hard time time understanding that part about, consuming energy and burning more energy. Look at it from the point of view of resistance training. What happens when you do resistance training on an empty stomach? You probably can't push yourself as much, right? That's why you eat beforehand. You eat beforehand to have a higher effort level, to push yourself more, push more weight, more reps, more sets, right? The same logic applies to cardio. The same logic. The same logic. All right, we got a shaded spot. Hey, Jack. How's it going? You only made $8 so far? Ouch. That's rough. Stop saying scared to lose gains. I've already answered that question, Ulf. The whole thing, 8 kilograms, 5 weeks. I'd say lose 1 kilogram a week. So that would be 5 kilograms in 5 weeks. It's a timely period, right? It's time bound. Because you figure time is very important. Less places for carbs to go when you're lean. Well, what are carbs? That's the body's primary source of energy. And this is science, and anyone that denies that is denying science. It's also the only macronutrient the brain can use. So when you hear about people doing keto and they have brain fog, well, what do you think? What do you think? So, anyway, I'm not getting in that rabbit hole, but it's not about the carbs, right? Obviously you need carbs to put towards your resistance training. No serious bodybuilder does cardio, or does keto, by the way. No serious bodybuilder does keto unless they're not natural. That's also true. Just putting that out there. And a lot of these top echelon sports like football, soccer, boxing, no one does keto either. Because that's stupid. That is absolutely stupid. Richard says, have you tried calisthenics, Ulf? More bodybuilder style. I mean, bodybuilders can do calisthenics too, but it depends. You'd be surprised how many bodybuilders do pull-ups, for example. Especially the old school guys. The old school guys like Franco Columbu, Lee Haney. They definitely did that. Doesn't have to be weighted either. You figure calisthenics exercise are more rewarding for relative strength. So if you have a high relative strength threshold, or if you're smaller, like a smaller body weight, you can definitely get a lot of bang for your buck from calisthenics. I mean, heck, Samson Dowda, who weighs like 350 freaking pounds in his off season right now, does pull-ups too. A lot of strong men, they also do pull-ups. Rings are damn hard. Yeah, they are. No one ever said calisthenics were easy. They're not. But as I mentioned, calisthenics are rewarding to relative strength. So if you have good relative strength, then you can definitely get a lot of bang for your buck from calisthenics. I'm checking Rody real quick. My ADHD brain must be a hassle. You know, your problem, dude, and I've been on your case about this too. You got to write stuff down, man. You don't write stuff down. When you don't write stuff down, you're going to forget it. And that's nothing personal towards you, I'm generally speaking, right? Write stuff down. Take notes. Remember to take them too. It's a lot easier to remember stuff if you have it written down. And you figure we're not getting any younger, so trying to remember stuff that we don't write or record, you know, it doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier. So you figure, how do you combat that? You're right. Write it down, film it, whatever. If there's a book or something about it, send me it. Wow, more emergency vehicles. Jeez, dude. My God, what's going on out here? I think I'm ready to wrap up. I mean, we've been waiting too long in between orders. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up. 4718 triple curbside, 13 miles. Yes, I mean, yeah, not the best distance, but hey, it's almost $50. It's pretty decent. Goodbye, bro. Take care, Olaf. Appreciate you hanging out with us. You are heckin' dope. Yeah, DoorDash says it's pink. All right, where are the orders at then, DoorDash? So we went 18.05 miles today. And we made $38.97 with that $2 cash tip. So we did make over $2 a mile. Our time rate is obviously not great, but I don't really care. It's whatever. So yeah, wrapping up now. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some lunch. Thanks to Caleb for the dono. Gonna go get some lunch. So anyway, appreciate everyone that was hanging out with me today. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your Saturday. If you guys want to tune into the channel later on, I'll be live streaming later, probably maybe 5:30 or 6 o'clock Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate your continued support of my channel. I'll see you next time. Take care.